Welcome to the show that looks at truth, fiction, and reality with a smirk. I'm Aaron Peterson.
I'm Amanda Sink.
And I'm Zach Parkerson.
Welcome to Smirk. Each week, one of our hosts introduces an original story, which we then use as a springboard for a spirited and light-hearted discussion on whatever the moral or theme of their story is. And this week, it is Amanda's turn. You haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long minute. I mean, hopefully this one's interesting. Spark some good conversation. And it's not a super long story. It's actually kind of short.
Oh, was it like just a poem? Roses are red, violets are blue. Here's your story. Suck it.
Not that concise.
I'm not good.
A little bit longer.
I don't understand the whole rhyming of poems.
Clearly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, you guys ready for my story?
Oh, man. We're teeing it up. Yeah. Let's go. Let's rock this bitch.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Get to it.
Yep. Getting to it. Last week, while off work, she made a Facebook post. Oh, hold on. I was down a little bit lower in my story.
Wait, was that the spoiler? I want a spoiler. Go ahead and just read the last sentence and then start at the beginning. Let's make this entertaining.
I was like, how do I know who she is? Backtrack.
Sheila returns.
Oh, no. Yeah, Sheila sucks. Goodbye, Sheila.
Samantha recently celebrated her 4th year at her business organization, which assists businesses with their growth and development. She is active in her community, was formerly a college professor, and is great at her job. The clients she serves all vary in the needs they have. Last week, while off work, she made a Facebook post that only her friends list could see. The post shared an article which criticized one of the businesses Samantha represented in the past. She shared the post with additional comments seemingly siding with the ethical concerns in the article, but not outright slanting the business or the specifics. While Samantha only shared it with her friends list also includes fellow colleagues. When her colleague Michael noticed that another business owner Samantha represents commented on it, concerned about her loyalty, Michael brought it up to another member on their team, Joe. Concerned as to the perception of their employer now, Michael and Joe went to their supervisor and told them of this Facebook post. About the same time, Samantha shared a Facebook message from the business owner that stated they were disappointed in Samantha sharing the post and they had expected something different from her. The message was responded to with guidance from Samantha's supervisor, and the team had to work together on the PR from the incident. Samantha was not reprimanded for this since her employer's social media policy is related to ridicule of the company and on-duty usage, but given that it was an article on a client, Samantha was asked to not post controversial things of this nature going forward. End.
Oh, that was... Oh. I feel like I just went through one of those HR counseling videos.
I feel like it was very anticlimactic. I was waiting for the bomb to drop.
Don't judge my story.
I'm not.
Writing.
Whoa!
Sounds like Samantha got off light. That's what I'm saying.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't think Samantha should have that conversation at all.
Oh boy.
Here we go, old man.
Hold on.
Right.
Let's wait for the questions.
All
First of all, let me know what you think the moral or theme of this story is.
Samantha gets away with anything. You don't share work-related items on your social media outlets.
Never trust authority.
All right. Well, there it is with Zach in his darkness.
Yeah.
The theme of it's not really a moral, but the theme is about the lines between personal and professional as it relates to social media.
This really feels like an HR video. I'm not going to lie.
If that were the case, I would be asleep already.
I'm waiting for somebody in corduroy pants to come out and start saying, I can't believe Beverly, she did this to me.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever posted something that you wouldn't want your employer to see on social media?
No.
Private or public?
No.
I mean, no, I don't care what you see.
So you've probably posted something inappropriate. You just don't care if they see it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, of course.
Now, are you relating to the actual business of the job, or are you talking about, like, I said something I probably shouldn't have said?
anything in general. It doesn't matter if it's
That's
work related, but
different.
anything that you're like, I would not want my employer to see this.
I'm pretty hip to the gunning of the world, and I don't really want to get unemployed because I don't want to get gunned.
You don't want to get James Gunn, I understand.
I don't want to get gunned. So I typically am very mindful of that at all times. I try to be. So I don't think there's really anything out there that I'm aware of. Maybe like 10, 20 years ago. Go ahead, sift through it if you want to check out that exciting Twitter feed. But I don't think so. No, I'm pretty mindful about it. Nothing about work. I never talk about work ever. I never talk about any work I've done except for when it relates to Smirk or the Hollywood Outsider. When it relates to podcasts, that's about it.
Not even any accomplishments or anything?
Well, when I'm throwing down a brag, like, hey, check this out. I was hanging out with Cobra Kai this weekend. What were you guys doing? That's about it.
No. But like bragging about accomplishments with work or anything, or like your tenure with your employer.
I really specifically try very hard to keep work at work and personal. That's just my kind of rule, my personal rule. It's nothing to do with anything else.
So, Zach, I know you said you don't care if they see it, but have you posted anything about work, past, present, anything like that, or just anything that's probably would be deemed inappropriate?
I mean, I probably talk some mad shit about customers.
Just humanity in general?
Because they're all idiots. Yeah, because the customers who have it coming, anybody that puts the money on the counter instead of handing it to me can get stuffed.
What? Why would that be something you would bother putting on social media? Who cares?
Because I want the people who do it to read that one day and go, wait, am I being a jerk? And then they'll go, oh, yes. And everyone will be like, yeah, you're being a jerk.
Hang on, we're taking a pause, man. Why is someone putting money on the table and handing it to you that way rude as opposed to just handing you the money? I'm talking
about at a register.
I don't get it. What's the problem if they put it on the table? You still get the money.
Why are you putting it on the table to make them pick it up instead of just handing it to them like a human being? You're basically saying, oh, no, I don't even want to hand this to you. You are so beneath me.
Wow, you're reading a lot into that. Maybe they just
fetch me.
Maybe they're just like anxious about the whole transition of change and dollars. That they're like,
if you put a card on the counter, I'm liable to just slide it off back at you.
Wow.
Because now I got to dig it up with my nails. Screw you.
You've really got feelings about this. I've never even thought of. Man,
a strange pet peeve, but
I worked retail. I didn't care as long as the money got paid and nobody like grabbed the item and ran out the door. I think I was fine.
No, man. There's a decorum to a transaction you must follow, and treating the person at the register like a human being is one of those things.
Hey, stand strong. You know what I'm saying?
I will say that Zach makes a good point, and not saying. Hold on. Not specifically saying that Michael James in particular handed me my change or handed me the cash by setting it down rather than handing it to me. But he points out pet peeves from people who are in the workplace because I didn't realize 100% honesty. I had no idea until I saw a tweet that in responses to it, most people, if they go to pick up something, like you order takeout and you go in and you pay for it, that people tip, that it's expected that you tip them for grabbing the takeout.
Expected's not the right word. That's like, it's whatever half the people are into it and half people are against it. I wouldn't say expected. I don't think that's fair.
How much is that $1 or $2 throwing you back?
It all adds up, brother.
You don't have to give them 20%.
But I guess I never considered why I would be giving them money for it.
They still handled your food and prepared everything and took it to the counter. Everything still happened.
But then why aren't we tipping fast food?
Tips are for service. They're not for cooks.
I would absolutely tip my McDonald's register person if McDonald's allowed me to.
Well, that's cool. I wouldn't.
It's a minimum wage trash job that nobody wants to do. And like, if you're fortunate enough that you don't have to work that job anymore, why wouldn't you help out the person below you?
Hey man, I've worked these jobs too, and I still wouldn't tip me. I mean, there's certain. I don't think it's bad, good or bad. I mean, there's certain jobs where I get it. I get it. I would probably take out. It depends on the place. I mean, if I'm just ordering at Chili's and I pick it up, I don't know. I mean, Chili's is kind of basically a corporate structure, but if I'm going to a small mom and pop shop, that's a little different, I guess, to my mind.
I would like to reiterate, below me if in the financial sense, not in the human stance.
Oh,
just want to specify.
Mm-hmm.
Why not help out people? That's the worst job in the world, man.
There's a lot worse jobs, believe it or not. Garbage man. Do you tip your garbage man? Because I guarantee you his job sucks.
Restroom cleaners.
But a
That's bad.
garbage man is getting paid more than minimum.
I'd be more likely to tip a men's room attendant that has to clean everything than I would be somebody that a carry out.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what a janitor's pay is.
Not much.
This was an interesting sidebar.
Yeah,
to
really
tips.
This is a whole different episode.
Sorry,
It is.
We're getting off topic. Where do you stand on tipping? Do you side with carry out tipping, or do you rule against it?
Sometimes I offer them just a tip.
Okay,
no.
This is Zachary Parkerson.
Yeah, way sexy in here.
Way to bring it home. What are we talking about again?
Well, we're talking about social media and working stuff.
Yeah, you know what you never say on social media? That I offered them just the tip.
He's going to go post it now.
You know what you can't say on social media? Yeah, I sort of like that thing.
That's
that.
kind of true, sadly, today's environment.
Is true. Okay, have you guys do you add any of your colleagues that could be friends, or maybe they're more acquaintances, but do you add anybody that's work related on your social medias? I know Zach doesn't have Facebook, but you have Twitter.
Well, I have a firm rule. I don't send friend requests on Facebook. I don't really have a reason for it, and it's not because of anything. I just don't. I'm just not that invested.
Too good for it.
No, I'm just not that. I don't care how many friends I have on my thing. I just if I knew somebody and like I just got in touch with them again and I hadn't seen them in forever, then maybe I guess I would. But I'm not like I see people that just friend request people they met at the Walmart, and I don't understand. Like, hey Bob, it was great talking to you in the aisle today when you directed me toward that turkey. I think we're going to be best buds. I just don't get why you need to be friends with everybody. I don't add people unless I would actually want to hang out with them or I find them interesting in some way, I guess.
You as I say, I don't add every coworker to everything, only the ones I enjoy. Which is helpful. It's helpful to not have a Facebook because most people will just be like, "Oh, what's your Facebook?" And they'll go, "Oh, I don't have one." And that's usually what ends the conversation. Because they'll usually forget about adding you and instead go like, "What? You don't have a Facebook?" So you can transition into that conversation. Now I don't have to add you at all. But
Yeah.
if I like you, I'll add your Twitter. We'll tweet each other.
But you just said that people can't say anything nice anymore. And I will say, like, on Twitter, that's where more negativity lies. On Facebook, people do say positive things about things they enjoyed. Twitter seems more, they love to nitpick and complain. That's why I don't go to Twitter very often.
I just don't. Facebook seems easier to track me down.
That's fair.
There are a lot of people I don't want to talk to
That's fair.
who would absolutely friend request me. And then I got to accept or I got to look like a jackass. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, can we what a jackass
Or just let it
is?"
linger.
No, you linger, man. You just,
That's worse.
oh, it's great.
Is it? It's like,
Love
oh,
it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? I legitimately didn't see it because I never check it. I don't check. So, I mean, you can honestly live with that. And just like, no, I didn't see it. Sorry, man. And then you still don't have to accept it if you didn't want to. There's people I know in life that have sent me friend requests, and I sure hope they don't listen to this, but have sent me friend requests that I just didn't accept. And it's not anything personal. It's just, that's my personal life in there, and I'm just not going to open it up to anybody. I'm just not.
That's a good point.
You can find positivity on Twitter, though.
Really?
You can.
You just got to follow your friend. You got to follow your buddies. Follow nice people.
Okay.
There are recent things at the time of this recording where it seems like you cannot avoid negativity, but usually you can find the positivity.
Well, I can say that I've added people from work in the past, and I try to limit that, or if they are people that I'm not really close with, I put them as, for Facebook, I'll list them as like an acquaintance or something, so that way not all of my posts they can see. I get to determine who gets to see what, which is kind of nice. But I also have become much more, as I've gotten older, I've been much more specific and deliberate about what I post and who I let see my posts, because I used to be one of those people who's like, I don't care, I'll post it public, whatever. And they've made options available where you can just make all of your past Facebook posts private, so then people can't see anything you've posted, and you can just kind of maneuver from there.
You don't get James Gunned.
Yes.
Yeah, but
And I also
do you
used to
trust
delete
that
tweet
though? Do you trust that?
I mean, to an extent, I would never add somebody who I like. I wouldn't add anybody who's my superior. Like, I wouldn't add a boss on there unless I was like, I had a boss previously that I was friends with before I started working there. So that made a difference. But then it makes it weird too, like in the future, like good chance you're not going to stay at that job forever. So it can be good and it can be bad. So you have to really weigh who you want to add onto your Facebook. So that way people take it so personal if you delete them.
It's personal.
I mean, you went through the effort of deleting them, of, bringing up that little prompt that says, are you sure you want to get rid of this person for the rest of your life? You want to kick them to the curb? Yes. And my favorite part is when people obviously deleted you, or you honestly deleted other people, and then they ask you about it as if to question your concerns. And then the answer is, oh, I did that on accident. I'm sorry about that. What? Nobody can do that on accident.
Has somebody said that to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm just not somebody that wouldn't call somebody. I just don't know how to be that guy. So I'm just like, you deleted me. What a jackass. No, I didn't do that. It must have been an accident. It must have been pushing something like, nah, you can't do that on accident. You did it on purpose. It's cool, man. That's fine. I don't like you either.
Well,
that's a true conversation that happened between me and the other guy.
Was it a work-related one or just a friend?
No, it wasn't either. It was just somebody
that's true.
Yeah, it wasn't either. They had actually, a true story. I don't even remember how we became friends, probably podcast circles or something. And then they deleted me, and then they needed my help on something. So they asked me for help. And I said, you deleted me. You obviously are not a fan of something, or you just don't want to be part of my world, which is on the Facebook, and you deleted me. Oh, no, this is an accident. They're like, no, it's not an accident. It's cool, man. I'm not really a fan of yours either. So thanks. And then I didn't help him.
You said that?
Yeah. I mean, it was obvious. It wasn't like, he just needed help and he was trying to use me. I will not be used.
Aw, hurt Aaron's feelings.
I didn't hurt my feelings. I just didn't want to waste my time.
True. Time is valuable.
Time is valuable. Let's talk about social media.
I was going to say, let's move on. So in the story with Samantha, I know Aaron said that he felt she got away with it.
Ugh.
Do you think that she betrayed the loyalty she had with her customer by posting something on her personal page off work hours?
No, hard no.
You work for them, so they pay your livelihood, your wages, and you should be respectful of that. I do believe that. Yeah.
Nope.
You don't feel that she owes her customer anything?
You don't owe the world anything but your opinion.
I can't even understand your levels of loyalty and how you're like adamant about you got to tip these people because of respect, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I get what it's the man. It's 100% the man.
Yeah, man.
Screw the man. Love the little guy. All right, I got it.
Okay, that sounds perfect. America loves an underdog story.
I get it. Now it's all making sense.
He found a way out.
I mean, it's your world. I mean, it is foolish of these employers to think that their employees are not talking shit about them 24/7. As all your employees are doing.
It does happen, and I've actually seen it very blatantly, where people are talking smack about their job, and I feel bad because I'm like, you got a lot of people, you're friends with your bosses, you're friends with other employees, and it just makes you look bad. But, you can do it. It just makes somebody look, I don't know, like a negative person in a way. Like, I don't think that should be on social media. That is an off media discussion. That is I'm sitting around with some drinks with some friends, or I'm at the restaurant, or I'm out doing something, having those, or call somebody. Don't put it on social media. You're just setting yourself up for maybe not losing your job. I don't think anyone should lose their job just because they complain about work. On the same token, if you do that publicly, you are liable for that, and you can lose your job for that. And it's,
in
I get
Samantha's
it.
case, it was still friends, but she was basically reported by her colleagues.
So a bunch of narcs.
Well, they obviously know it's against company policy. There are company policies for that, and you have
Hey, show narc, tattletale. Go kiss the teacher on the butt.
In this story, as it was indicated, she didn't go against company policy, which is why she wasn't reprimanded, but it doesn't look great when she is working to grow these businesses, but then is sharing things that are criticizing that same business that she's helped build. So that's why there was
made the company look bad
from it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a lot when your HR video was playing. I missed that part. I'm sorry.
You're too busy looking at your pants.
I was looking for some corduroy. There's so much corduroy.
Yeah, I would say that I agree with both of you. I agree that you have the ability to post and the freedom.
We have polar
Wait.
opposite viewpoints.
Just let me talk then.
Oh my God. I agree with tipping and also not tipping your carry-out provider.
There's
Yeah,
only
you have
tipping.
the choice.
No, there's only
Here's
tipping.
my thing. You have the freedom and the choice to decide what you're going to post within your company policy, but you also need to accept any consequences that come your way based off of what you've posted on social media, and you don't get the opportunity to complain about it if something happens because you decided to still share that on social media. I think that there should be some level of you have to have some level of accountability, and your business has to have some sort of boundaries regarding what they're going to reprimand you for versus like private and public posting.
Everything you share is a calculated risk.
Yeah.
True. There are some consequences for the things you're going to say. However, I think companies also need to face facts that the world is going in a different way. Most communication is happening on social media. Well, that's where people need to vent about their days. And that's where they need to do it. And that's not your business as an owner.
Unless it's public. I think that makes a difference.
I mean, even friends is public if you put it on social media. I mean, it's silly that people think that if you put
It can be made public.
No, it's still public. One of your friends can easily screenshot that, and
That's
then
what I'm saying.
It's always public. It's never private unless you're actually doing it and you're in the bottom of a basement of a random bar in some rundown area of Detroit. It's never private. Never private. It's always public. So if you think that you should, my mindset, right? This is always my mindset when I'm thinking of anything social media. Most of my stuff, when I post anything, it's just meant to be funny. Like, I just like making fun of things. That's really my thing. But if I always have the mindset that if anybody that I report to that has the power to demolish my livelihood saw this, if I am concerned about this in any way, I immediately delete it because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I don't want to lose a job or lose a financial incentive because of some random comment I want to make. It's just not that important.
What about politics? Not to talk about politics themselves, but political opinions. Because that can be divisive in our current climate. So do you feel there should be that people should, in your mindset, where you have the mentality that anything I post can be public, regardless of whatever filters I put on that posting, it can be made public based off the people who can see it. Mm-hmm. So do you think that people should, with that mentality, should then not post anything political because they might get reprimanded for having a divisive opinion or talking politics? Like, politics has to stay out of work.
But
what about the conversations you have on your social media? You
should be able to talk about your political leanings on social media or wherever you want to, as long as you don't start spewing hate. Now, you start spewing hate and it's the same thing. If my employer saw that, would I be concerned about my employer seeing this? If I feel like that in any way, shape, or form, don't put it to paper. Don't put it to social media. That is a private thought. You're entitled to think whatever you want. Even people with evil, sadistic thoughts are entitled to think them as long as they don't act on them. They're entitled, okay, to feel that way. But putting it on social media would open them up to losing livelihood. So if they put it out there, you're going to your own risk. I think you should be able to discuss politics. I don't think you should just be negative about it. Just try to engage in an actual discussion. Unfortunately, people don't want to do that. All they want to do is be right. They don't really care about actual discussion and points and, facts. They just care about being right. That's the problem.
Can't remember the last time there was an actual discussion online about politics.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And if you find that rare gem, that diamond in the rough, that's willing to discuss politics in a genuinely intellectual manner, some idiot's going to bomb it. He's just going to face bomb it. And he's going to drop in there and have to do his little thing to dismantle your entire discussion.
I feel like social media politics is mostly you saying something obvious like, people are human too. And then it's a circle jerk about how great you are for having the bravery to put forward that opinion.
That's so fair.
Jerk.
That's so fair.
So irritating. I'm pretty sure this isn't even a discussion, right? Are you legally protected to discuss politics.
You should be legally discussed, or you should be disgusted as well as disgusted. You should be legally protected. And what I find is I don't find a problem with employers and whatnot. What I find a problem is that you put it on social media and people can't express their opinion without being just jumped all over. You know, if you happen to be a supporter of the current president, then you get chastised for that. Like people will automatically, you say, I support the president, which has never been a bad thing in the history of our country, but apparently right now it is. If you say that, that person would be chastised. If you say the opposite, that person gets chastised. It's just I think people just want to yell and shout and tell people how wrong they are all the time. That's it. Just all the time. And you should be able to say those things. And if you don't like it, just leave. I mean, you don't have to comment. Nobody's begging for your opinion.
Yeah, it's never, yeah, that's interesting. What about his policies attract you? It's never that. It's, you're a horrible bigot. Get off of the world. Go kill yourself. SCFU.
Yeah, it's true. My dad, he constantly puts things online because he feels one way politically that a lot of people don't feel.
I think he also likes the attention a little bit.
Yeah, it might be. It may very well be. I don't know. I think he likes throwing it out there and being like, he, I don't care if you're mad at me.
Yeah.
And I do not agree with a lot of my father's political leanings. On the same token, he has a right to do that, and I don't see a reason to chastise him or tear him down. And if he were employed, he's retired, so that does give him a certain freedom that he doesn't have to worry about those people. But I wouldn't think that should affect his job in any way, shape, or form. It's his right. That's our rights as Americans, is to feel one way or another about anything. That is freedom, being able to chastise and love the same person.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, my last question for you fellas before we head out is, what do you think of the response Samantha received from her employers then as a result of the post, comments, and message? I know we kind of talked about how you feel in general, but in her particular situation, is there any additional thoughts to what she experienced and the way they handled her?
I don't think that workplace is ever going to be the same now that everyone's a friggin' narc.
Good point.
Right? I bet you Sheila works there.
Sheila's probably the manager.
Oh, yeah. She's the first one. I screenshotted that, Becky. I got it out there. Did you see what Samantha said? Oh, that.
Wench. She shouldn't have said that. Sheila, you said the same thing last week, but she said it online.
That's true. It's different.
Yeah, so I feel like the last question kind of covered that. Get off Samantha's back.
I would, what was the right answer on the survey that came at the end of the HR video?
You're so funny.
I believe the correct answer was don't unionize.
Have you guys ever taken any of those? I'm not the only one here that's taken those things, right? We watch the videos.
Survey?
You got to watch the video and then you got to do a questionnaire afterward. And if you don't answer right, it's like, meh, you got it wrong. Take it again. I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep guessing until I get it right. So is that really teaching me anything?
Yeah, let me put Target on blast. They did that. Target made me sit down and watch a 40-minute video about how unions are terrible, and then signing a piece of paper saying, like, I now have learned all the knowledge I need to know that unions are awful and terrible for my fellow coworkers.
Is that really a thing?
It was when I worked there.
Wow.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, that's well, I guess if they were unionized, that would probably cost them a lot of money, right?
Yeah. God forbid their people get paid well.
So they're just trying to make sure everybody think the way we want you to think. Be like us, be like us, be like us. I like it.
A certain major coffee chain is really big on indoctrination as well.
Oh, boy.
It's Starbucks.
Stop saying the name.
No, man, I want Starbucks to come after me.
I want them as a sponsor. Come on, Starbucks. Let's go. We will sell out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, if they're going to pay for an ad, I'll talk all about the 13 core coffees. Flavors from every region.
Are there 13 core coffees?
Yeah, there are 13 core coffees and a rotating selection of seasonal favorites, as well as our the offerings of reserve coffees that are only available as long as we have them in stock.
Oh my God.
Did you hear he says our and we?
You don't even work there.
I'm remembering the speech.
Where do you stand on pumpkin spice?
I think it's hilarious because it's in the back of your round.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. We got a little behind the scenes footage.
So any time they could actually make it if they really wanted to?
They could, yeah, but it's not going to sell as well unless you feature it. Those syrups are, they are not exactly freshly made in house. So, and their mocha syrup is basically Nesquik. I'll put that out there. It's just a
Look at
a
you
powder.
just breaking it down.
It's just a powder you put water into, and then you serve it for exuberant amounts of money. The average Starbucks drink costs them about 16 cents to make.
God, they make like $5
Wow,
a cup.
profit.
They have an insane profit margin. Because the Starbucks barista promise is that they will remake any drink for you, no questions asked. And I remember when I first started, I tried to put up a fight with my general manager. I was like, why would we remake this? Like, she clearly ordered it this way. Why would I remake it? And he's like, Zach, an average Starbucks drink costs 14 cents to make. You could remake that drink 9 times, and it would still be profitable.
You said 16 cents a minute ago. Did it just go down?
Oh, whatever. Whatever it is. I think it's 16 cents, yeah.
Minuscule, whatever it is.
It is less than a quarter for them to make that entire, including the milk and the paper and this flavor and the espresso.
Wow.
They own all their own dairy farms, so they don't even have to buy anything wholesale. They
Really?
just have it. Yeah.
Wow.
All their pastries are frozen.
What? Really?
Yes.
This is the Starbucks podcast brought
what
to you
about
by
the
Starbucks.
sandwich? There's like a ham and Swiss sandwich croissant breakfast sandwich thing that I like from there. That's about the only thing I do like.
It's frozen and then they refrigerate it overnight so that way they can take it out of the package and serve it to you fresh, in quotes, in the morning.
Is it microwaved?
No, they have like a toaster oven thing.
Oh,
Can we move on? Why are we still talking about this? Snacks with Amanda and
I got
Zach.
the deets, man. I didn't sign an NDA.
Do you guys think that my story was truth or false? Fiction.
Fiction.
I believe it was literally a video I watched, so I'm going to go with fiction.
It's truth.
Oh, man, it must be fiction.
Did you get in trouble at work for doing this?
No, it wasn't me. It was not me. And I changed details, minor release. That way there's
Change
not
the names
any.
to protect the innocent. We understand.
Yep.
Dun, dun.
But yeah.
Wow. So did that fictional person, or I'm sorry, real person get in trouble?
No, they really didn't. It was just kind of like, don't share that stuff anymore, because the message they received was like 2 pages long from the business, because they are supposed to be helping them grow, and you're not when you're kind of tearing them down on your own social media.
True. That's really...
Especially because you have the business owner on your Facebook friends.
Get out of here! That person's a dum-dum.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it's not the smartest move.
Can you believe this? This stupid... Can you believe my moron client doing all this dumb stuff? Oh, hi, Sheila.
Sheila, poor Sheila. Any Sheilas that listen to this podcast, we apologize.
I'm not apologizing. She might be one of them.
No.
You apologize too much. That's the problem with the world today. Don't apologize until you're actually sorry for something. You can't... I'm going to apologize to every Sheila in the world. Well, if I only offended 2 of them, that's the only 2 I'm going to apologize to. I'm not going to do it to everybody.
Fair enough.
Shayla.
Hello, Sheila. What was the title of your tale?
Crossing the line.
There is no line.
I was thinking...
Not for Zachary.
Apparently not, man. You're just like, bring the man down. Everything is with the Matrix with you.
Ooh, thank you. I've never had a bigger compliment in my life.
Oh, my God.
I was going to say, you just boosted his ego. His heart is 3 times as large.
Yeah, it's filled with code.
God, you just crossed the Matrix with a Grinch. That's fantastic. All right, as our show goes, we occasionally pick listener stories to read and discuss on Smirk. If you'd like a chance to have yours read, email to mystory@smirkpodcast.com. Remember, we're on every other week now, so you can join the conversation by joining our Facebook group, which is Smirk, and follow us on Twitter @SmirkPodcast. Our website is smirkpodcast.com, and be sure to subscribe and use the show's #Smirk whenever you share it with your friends on social media or something. That would be great. When you share it, and then don't mention personal work stuff publicly.
Well, you go through your old Twitter feeds, deleting things. There are resources to help you, by the way, with that.
Oh, by the way, I mean, sometimes people put just the dumbest things. Like Kevin Hart got in trouble last year for a bunch of just was it racist? Was like gay bashing or whatever jokes that he had?
He had homophobic jokes from the past that were brought back up.
Yeah, why are these guys putting it on Twitter to begin with? I mean, are you that desperate to seem funny? Man, it's so easy to interpret things the wrong way in writing. You need to just save it for your act. Just save it for your act. I don't get it.
Well, as you write your own life story, always remember to tell it with a smirk.
Just don't do it publicly.
I mean, a couple of those James Gunn pedophile jokes were funny.
Stop it! No, they were not. None of them.
There was a couple that weren't that bad.
Not a single one was funny. No.
They were not that funny, no. But that was funny to say.
Shit. I think we are done here.